Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our first group will be presenting to you about principle of intention based on application of aesthetic surgery in Islamic law perception. This presentation was prepared by Cikgu Maidia binti Cikgu Mahadi, Masliana binti Muhammad, Fatin Nadia Taqifah binti Syahriman, Nur Farahim binti Sya'ari, and Nur Atikah binti Abdul Halim. Background of study. Plastic surgery is the surgical specialty concerned with the treatment of structural deformity and disfigurement. It also involved with the enhancement of the appearance of a person's beauty. Let me talk about the two types of plastic surgery. The first one is the cosmetic surgery, which performed to reshape the normal structures of the body to improve the person's appearance, such as the facelift. What is facelift? Facelift is a medical operation in which the skin of a person is tightened in order for her or him to look younger. The second one is the type of reconstructive surgery. It is performed on abnormal structures of the body caused by congenital defects or defects that happened, exist since or before birth, faults that result from illness, scars caused by accidents, and injuries such as burns. Problem statement. The first one is Muslim confused about permissible and impermissible in plastic surgery based on principle of intention. The second one is lack of studies about the principle of intention in cosmetic surgery. So, in this aspect, we are going to talk about principle of intention, al-umur bimaqasidiha, which is any actions done or words expressed are judged based on one's intention. This is what the Muslims are lack of. They are lack of study. They do not know whether this cosmetic surgery is necessary or not. So, the one that is permissible by Allah is not considered as changing the creation of Allah, such as by when the surgery is considered necessary, that is done when there is a need of it, such as a face that has been destroyed or deformed. That is permissible in Islam. Objectives of the study. To study the principle of intentions that related to cosmetic surgery operation. And the second one is to study the freedom or legitimacy of plastic, cosmetic, or aesthetic surgery in Islamic law based on the principle of intention.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Masliana binti Muhammad. Here I want to explain on the sources from Al-Quran and As-Sunnah regarding plastic surgery or aesthetic surgery. Okay, all the actions that related to the changing of our creations instrument is prohibited in Islam. Plastic surgery or aesthetic surgery at basic is prohibited in Islam, as the concept is changing what Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala have created in human. The alterations in Allah creations is prohibited in Islam and proven from Al-Quran in Surah An-Nisa verse 119. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wala udillannahum wala umanniyannahum wala amurannahum فليبتكن آذان الأنعام ولا أمرنهم فليغيرن خلق الله ومن يتخذ الشيطان وليا من دون الله فقد خسر خسرانا مبينا. The means, and I will mislead them, and I will arouse in them sinful desires, and I will command them so they will slit the ears of cattle, and I will command them so they will change the creations of Allah. And whoever takes shaitan as an ally instead of Allah has certainly sustained a clear loss. Shaitans play their role by provoking humans to follow their desires in changing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have created for them. They tend to change the Allah creations to beautify themselves. Okay, from hadith, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam also prohibited the changes of Allah's creations. From the hadith, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Abdullah bin Mas'ud radhiyallahu anhu, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لعن الوشمات والمستوشمات والمتنمصات, meaning verily the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam cursed the beautiful woman and the seekers, the women who shave their eyebrows in search of beauty and change the creations of Allah. History of At-Tirmidhi, he says this hadith is authentic Hasan. Okay, we can see from the previous Sirah or Jahiliyah, the women tend to change the creations of Allah to beautify themselves. For example, they shave their eyebrow to beautify themselves. This is included in the changing of the Allah creations, and this is prohibited in Islam. And obviously, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam cursed the woman that changed the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creations on them. Wallahu a'lam. By the way, the plastic surgery or aesthetic surgery is permissible in Islam when someone have a good intentions to do the plastic surgery. For example, someone do the plastic surgery in intentions to correct some defect on their face or defects in their nose, and the intention is not totally to beautify themselves or to alter the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on themselves, but the intention is to avoid themselves from being isolated from the society, or to avoid themselves being shamed by other people because of their nose defects, for example. So the plastic surgery is permissible for them to do it because of the intentions is good. Okay, this can be proven from Al-Quran, from the verse 32 from Surah Al-A'raf. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل من حرم زينة الله التي أخرج لعباده والطيبات من الرزق قل هي للذين آمنوا في الحياة الدنيا خالصة يوم القيامة كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون, which means, say, who can forbid the jewelry of Allah which He has brought forth for His servants, and so also the good and lawful things of His provision. Say, these are blessings for those who believe and who do not believe in the life of the world. Thus, we make clear our testimonies for those who want to know. Okay, other proof that change Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creations in human is from Hadith Nabi, daughter of Yazid radhiyallahu anhu. The Prophet Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man dabba an lahmi akhihi bil ghaibah kana haqqan 'ala Allah an yu'tiqahu minan nar." Meaning, whoever restrained himself from eating his brother's flesh by blasphemy, it is right for God to release him from hell. Al-Haythami from in Majma' al-Zawaid, Ahmed history. Okay, from the hadith, Nabi permits whoever wants to Nabi permits the action altering the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because to avoid from other people, lowering the people who have the defect, for example, in their nose or in their face. So the plastic surgery is permissible for them to do it. Wallahu a'lam bisawab.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. My name is Nur Fahim binti Syari and I am from class AS201 4B1. Okay, for today, I would like to discuss with all of you about interesting topic which is related medicine about the principle of intention. Okay, the first medicine that I will translate, that I will discuss with you is no intention is needed in ibadah, which is not adat, tradition, or custom. What this specific translation means is that in order to make the ibadah is acceptable in Islam, in order to begin the ibadah, we need a specific niat. Without niat, any ibadah that we doing, such as praying, fasting, paying for the zakat, will not be valid, will not be acceptable. Therefore, any kind of ibadah has certain specific niat that you should know that you should do before doing the ibadah. However, for any kind that out of the jurisdiction of ibadah, such as traditions, adat, custom, there are no specific niat that have to be done before the following action. However, even though there is no niat needed in doing ibadah, tradition, custom, we still have to follow the Islamic rule, which is not to do something that contradict with Islam, something that are not part of Islam. Any kind of tradition of ibadat or custom that we are doing must be follow up the rule that have been written in Al-Quran and As-Sunnah, which means there are no bad way, there are no kariti, and so on. For this topic, the point that we are choosing is the plastic surgery or the aesthetic surgery, which means in the plastic surgery, it is not part of ibadah. However, plastic surgery are not something that you can just do whatever you like, because to change the creation of Allah is haram. Therefore, in order to make the plastic surgery able for us to do, we have to have a not specific niat, however, intention for the goodness, for the good deed. For example, doing the plastic surgery to remove the extra appendage or to remove extra organ, or to cure the burns on the face for the victim of the burn, and so on, like that. Therefore, niat is important in order to determine the intentions of our action. Okay, let's move at the next slide. Okay, the next related medicine that I would like to discuss is, in contract, effect is not given to the intention, meaning not word and forms. What this translation means is that any intention that we have spoken must be similar with the action that we are taking, meaning what we have spoke, that are the action that we take, follow up the contract that we are agree. However, sometimes whatever that voice out from our intention, whatever that we spoken, whatever word that we have thought, not usually the intention we are meant to. Meaning sometimes the expressions, the hint or clue that stated are not the true purpose of the intention. Okay, what this means is, that means that sometimes what we have spoken cannot justify our actions or our intentions. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, for the next slide, I have given here is a three type of the word that Ibn Qayyim have classified about relationship with intention. Okay, the first is the word spoken must be literally same with intention. What this thing is mean is that whatever we are spoken, we have to do it exactly same as the word that we have spoken. The action we take must be same as the content of the agreement that we have done. Okay, for the literal spoken, for the second is about the literal spoken verbal are not true intended aim of the action. Okay, sometimes, for example, you are dizzy, you are drunk, or you are angry, or you are cursing, you are spoken something that something bad to someone. Sometimes what we have spoken that time, we are not clearly think. We spoke just like in the anger, in the in out of our mind. Therefore, the intention that we have spoken, the action or whatever we have spoken that time are not invalid. Whatever we have spoken are not acceptable because that are not the truly means of our heart, our intention. Okay. For the third is that any word that I spoke or hint are not corresponding with intention. Sometimes the hint or less meaning of the speaker convey the real intention and action. Thus, it is difficult to determine the intention based from the word. What this phrase tell is that sometimes when we are talking, we just give hint or we have the less correspondent intention. Underlying of that action or that spoken word are the true meaning of our intention. Therefore, sometimes it is difficult to determine the intention of someone because it is not exactly same as the word we have spoken, because they are underlying the true meaning of the intention. For example, in the plastic surgery, sometimes maybe in the agreement with the doctor, we are saying, doctor, can you help me to do the plastic surgery to remove the burn? And when the doctor asks, how you want to remove your burn? In Islam, we can change the burn by plastic surgery. However, just to remove the bad skin, just to easier the way or relieve the pain. However, you cannot enhancing the beauty. So when she or he talk to doctor, you can do as best as you could, meaning the intention of her word or his word are not for to cure the burn, however to enhancing more, because he asked the doctor to do as best as he could. Therefore, the real meaning of intention are not toward curing or relieve the pain, however to enhance more her beauty or his beauty. Okay. For the next related magazine is about the end does not justify the mean, meaning any good intention that we are doing are not acceptable if it is contradict with Islam. Is the action we are taking in the outlaw the Islamic law, the not in the juridism of the Islam. The action is impossible to be halal if the action, yes, the intention is good. However, the action in the order to fulfill the good deed by doing the bad action, bad way, cruelty. This means that cruel injustice or the bad way cannot be ignored in order to do the good way. For example, in the aesthetic surgery or plastic surgery, as you can say, because it is our topic, a person cannot do plastic surgery. Yes, maybe the intention of the plastic surgery is to relieve the pain, to cure the burn for his son or any of his family or her family. However, in order to do the plastic surgery, he need money. The money that he get are from the robbery, crime, illegal. Therefore, the plastic surgery, even though it is halal, it cannot give way to the bad way, to the bad action that he need to fulfill the good deed. Therefore, this action, this plastic surgery are haram, are not acceptable in the Islamic way. Okay, that's all of my topic for today. I will pass to my friend's next slide that she will discuss with you. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to Dr. Rafida and all my friends. My name is Cikgu Madia binti Cikgu Mahadi and today I will present about application in plastic surgery based on the principle of intention and there is a permissibility or impermissibility. So, in the first slide, I will present about the application in plastic surgery, which is permissibility in Islam. When is the plastic surgery is allowed in Islam? When the person's intention is to cure the congenital or acute defects from disease. Why this kind of plastic surgery is allowed in Islam? The reason is because the plastic surgery must for the medical purpose and to cure the disease. It does not change completely the creation of Allah SWT grant to us. And of course, the intention of the person does not harm them in terms of material they use in the plastic surgery or spiritually of the person. For example, when a person has ugly appearance due to burning or itching pimples that disturb their daily life, physical and psychological suffering, it is allowed because it has made the plastic surgery to become better for their daily life, working, to socialize with others, but not to become more beautiful anti-aging what Allah SWT grant to humans. So, from this slide, I can conclude that a person who want to do a plastic surgery must do to medical purpose and to cure disease. It does not add up our beautiful. Like example, like people that has ugly appearance due to burning, like a people that has undergo a burning accidents and effect from the accident, it has burned about 50% their body are burned, and this caused their skin to be itchy, irritated, and become red. This has made their skin look ugly, so therefore they should do the plastic surgery to make their daily life better, to not humiliate them in front of other people. So another example is itching pimples. Itching pimples like not normal pimples like we have usually. Itching pimples like example rub pimples. People that have rub pimples have difficulty to take their ablution because when the water touch their skin, it will very hurt because pimple usually give a negative effect like blood usually flow out from their skin. So when the water touch their face, it will feel very hurt. So therefore they will be difficult to take ablution to do ibadah. Even though they take the ablution, they will difficult to do ibadah because of uncomfortable they having to undergo the ablution to concentrate more in ibadah because of the itching pimple. So therefore that type of person, they can do plastic surgery to remove their itching pimples that has disturbed their daily life. But in addition, they cannot add on their skin to become more beautiful. They just can remove the pimples and make their skin more better to do ibadah. So next we will see the impermissibility in Islam, which should not allow in the plastic surgery. In this slide, I will explain why plastic surgery is not allowed in Islam. When the plastic surgery is not allowed in Islam, because when the intention of surgery performed only for beautification. Why the reason this type of plastic surgery is not allowed in Islam? Because a person will change completely what Allah SWT has created toward himself or herself. Beside a person will subjecting themselves to torture, pain, and waste of money. This will better if they use the money to give charity, zakat, and furthermore. For example, when a person does plastic surgery of facelift and reducing the size of lips and nose to become prettier. For this slide, I can conclude that this type of surgery is not allowed in Islam. It's not good in our health and our mental health. This is because it change what Allah SWT give to us. Like example, a man want to become a woman want become man. They undergo plastic surgery all over their body and face. They remove some of their body part, and this could subjecting themselves to torture, pain, and waste of money. Why I say torture? Because normally we grant Allah SWT has granted us with a normal body. If we remove one of part of our body, this will cause hurt in ourselves, will disturb our hormone and our daily life. And another example is like a Korean artist that change their face due to they want to become famous, become pretty, so that no one will humiliate them. Another example is like a person that do plastic surgery due to like I say in before slide, they are due to burning accident. They do plastic surgery to make their life more better, but at the first intention is they want to do like that because they humiliate because of the accident. But that person add on to the doctor, they say he want become more beautiful, he or she become to more beautiful, not just to cure their skin. So that is not allowable, just to cure, not to become more beautiful. Like the lips become more bigger, the nose become more bigger, and the eyes become more bigger is not allowed. It must only to cure our disease for medical purpose only, not for beautification. So I will pass this presentation to my friends, and if there any question, you may ask after the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atikah binti Abdul Halim. Now, my turn to present about the importance of principle of intention in plastic surgery. First and foremost, principle of intention can act as a guideline for Muslims to do any deeds that need intention in order to be accepted or not in Islam. This will help Muslims to differentiate between halal and haram in plastic surgery. This will help them to solve their problem or their confusion in plastic surgery. Secondly, principle of intention can help Muslims to acknowledge that intention actually can affect our deeds. This is because, based on hadith from Al-Bukhari, actions are according to intention, and everyone will get what was intended. For example, when we have a bad intention and we forbid what Allah said in Al-Quran, then we will get the bad effect and we get the sins. So that is not good. We must be a good Muslim. Third is, principle of intention can show that Islam not burdens the Ummah. By just applying the principle of intention, then the Ummah will get the rukhsah to be applied in their life, to be used in their life, so that anything that difficult can be easy, and this will help to ease all their difficulties in their life, especially when they have deformities or defect on their body or organs. Okay, next we go to the suggestion and conclusion. Okay, for the conclusion is plastic surgery is permitted when someone really need and the plastic surgery is necessary to him or her. This is because when someone do plastic surgery, it will help to gain their spirit to live lively like other persons. So this will can help to repair their deformities or defects that someone have. So the plastic surgery can be prohibited when someone has intent to become more beautiful. That is not good because we know that all Allah creation is so beautiful. Why we must to change Allah creation? We must grateful that we have a complete organs and has no defects, and we must remember that many others out there have has unfortunately life. So based on this principle of retention in application in plastic surgery, we suggest that this plastic surgery must be applied with other principle in Islamic legal medicine to be known that this plastic surgery is accepted or not. Okay, the other principle in legal medicine is the first one, al-mashaqqat tajlib at-taysir, which means hardship begets facility. Second, al-yakin la yuzal bishak, means certainty cannot be dispelled by doubts. And lastly is ad-darar yuzar, which means damage or injury is put an end to. So I think that's all for today. Thank you for your attention, and I hope all of you can gain some knowledge from our presentation. We are really sorry for any inconvenience. Until we meet again, thank you.